What up, YouTube? This is Sneed from Sneed Mobile Tech with a video for you guys today. And what I have is a ranking of the big four carriers from top to bottom, who's performing best in the customer care aspect of carriers. So the reason I wanted to do this is, everybody always talks about plans and pricing, aggressive promotions, and of course LTE speeds and network performance and call quality. Those are all really important things, but what can't be forgotten is the customer support aspect. How good do your customer how good is your customer care to your customers when they need the support? So I get it, the pricing, the promotions, the spending of the money is, everybody wants to save a buck and everybody wants a fast network and reliable coverage and good quality, but those are just two pieces of a huge pie. You also have to consider customer support. So if things aren't going perfect, things hit the fan in billing, a device fails, software issues, you know, losing contacts. I mean, anything could happen on a device. And the willingness of customer support to help their customers could be the difference between them retaining that customer or them jumping ship the next opportunity they get. So, in terms of customer attention, customer care goes a long way. So, let's go ahead and just jump into it. Number one, with a score of 94 out of 100, is Verizon. I can definitely vouch for Verizon on this. I think they do a really good job of supporting their customers. Their biggest thing is their systems that they have in place. When you walk into a store, they have a system where you sign in, you wait for your opportunity to speak to a rep, explain your problem, they help you identify it, and then they resolve the issue. Um, at a very high clip, I think they actually do a good job of that. You really don't walk out of there feeling like you got nothing accomplished or feeling like you still didn't get your solution, right? So if it's a billing issue, I've always felt like they've helped me with that, at least understand the charge and then kind of work through it. I've gotten credits from them before, so that hasn't been an issue. Also, they usually know their stuff, and if they don't, they'll get you directed to the right place. So I feel like Verizon should definitely be number one. Now, be wary of the authorized dealer or the authorized retailer. Corporate Verizon stores are great at customer care. The authorized dealers are not so much. Remember, they're just trying to sell phones. They're franchise owned, privately owned by someone, so they don't really support somebody who's maybe bought their phone from a corporate store. They're trying to sell phones. So if you need customer support in the store, go to a corporate Verizon store, not an authorized dealer. And that pretty much goes for any of the big four. So AT&T, T-Mobile, and Sprint. Um, Number two is T-Mobile. I feel like their customer care is much improved. I feel like their systems are much improved. So they've come a long way. But I feel like sometimes when you call T-Mobile, they act like you should know more than you do. So for the casual user, someone who doesn't know the jargon, or for somebody who maybe, doesn't know their device as well as they should, you may end up calling them for support and you don't know what they're talking about, or they just expect you to know it. So that can be an issue sometimes. And then also, their automated systems aren't that great. They're much improved, but they're still not kind of where Verizon's level is. So streamlining and help and stuff like that. AT&T came in at three. My experience with AT&T was very positive whenever I called them with billing issues and stuff like that. The tech support is kind of hit and miss, and I feel like it's mostly because they don't always transfer you to the right people, so you end up jumping around from one department to another. So as long as you can get to the right people, they're helpful, but I often feel like they kind of get you in a runaround, so they kind of misidentify your needs. Also, when you go to an AT&T store, I feel like the reps aren't always very knowledgeable or understand the true issue at hand. So if it's like a SIM card issue or if it's a programming issue, they don't always know right away, and you might end up being at the store for a very long time. I feel like my trips to AT&T were always longer than my trips to Verizon or T-Mobile. So it kind of makes sense that they're number three. And then lastly, Sprint. Uh, Sprint's been downsizing for a while. In terms of business, their numbers are down. They don't have the spending. They've cut corners in a lot of areas, including customer care. So they've closed down customer calling centers and support centers. The representatives are pretty knowledgeable with the new devices, but maybe not necessarily with some of the other nuances of taking care of customers that have issues with their services and things like that. Plus, it doesn't help that the performance of the network is always an issue with Sprint. So I'm going to have some disgruntled customers, and I'm not sure if Sprint really has the support to help these customers in a timely fashion and to the capacity they need it. So that's the order in which the four. Now notice missing from this are all the MVNOs. We just can't include them all. These, are the big four carriers for a reason. The other deals you get from like Cricket and Boost and Metro, PCS and things like that, they don't really offer great customer care because that's what you sacrifice to get a cheaper plan. Not to say that they don't have good customer care, but your expectations just have to be a little bit lower. So those are the big four and how they kind of stack up. Anyways, thanks for watching the video, guys. I appreciate it. If you could, please share the video, like the video, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Thanks again for watching the video, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.